Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and a welcome to episode number 120 of the stupidest sports show on earth. On a new time, our first Thursday night show ever. I am Tim Van Stratton. I'm joined by Rodney Newpol. We are watching the second half of the Fiesta Bowl, Miami against Ole Miss. It's a thriller. We just had back-to-back missed kicks. So we're live right now. Rodney, How are you on this Thursday night?
Really, really rainy outside here, man.
Yeah.
How about that rain we got? We had some
Terrible.
absolute torrential downpours. Very uncommon for January, but that's what we have. I'm doing well. I'm enjoying the game. You ask, I laid off the game tonight for the most part, but I am pulling for the Canes. So go Canes.
You do love your Canes. I'm stunned to hear that you did not put anything on the game tonight, because I can always tell when you have some type of monetary investment in a game, because suddenly you get a little bit more excited or a little bit more dejected in the group chat depending on what's happening. Normally you're pretty even keel, but it's like, all right, you're very excited that this person scored, or you're very upset that this team scored. I was like, all right, Rodney has something involved in this game.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just a player that Skeeter doesn't have just to get excited about that guy scoring. So
just a troll.
That's really
and sometimes though you do it just to troll. Like you won't fill out any lineups, but then every single player that scores a touchdown, you'll freak out over, right?
Yeah, pretty true.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty true. Yeah, that's you're right on.
Yeah.
But I wanted to mention before we start, we had the rare rain out tonight in the National Basketball Association, a wet floor at the United Center in Chicago. Nice work, Chicago. Way to get that taken care of. But the Bulls Heat have been PPD'd.
So give me a little backstory, because I found out about 10 minutes ago. You texted. So was there a leak? Because from the rain, like what do you mean, like wet floor? How did it become wet?
Well, a lot of rain, a lot of condensation. Let me pull up Shams here real quick and see what he's got for this one. Due to condensation on the court, there was condensation on the court, which brings me to the point. I was 20 years ago was at a high school basketball game in Quincy, Illinois, at a place called the Pit. The first time I've ever been there. And it was this time of year. It was probably February, but it was a winter day. It had been raining. It was warmer than usual. And they had to cancel the game like a quarter and a half into it because the floor was too wet. People were coming down the floor and they were slipping. So I don't know if the Bulls and Heat got started. I will do my research right now and see if they.
Well, I thought that they just axed it, right? Like it was delayed for a couple hours, and I think it got postponed.
Yeah, no, they didn't even play at all. Well, the one I was at, the high school game, they played for a while, but after about a dozen people and the officials a couple times fell down, they canceled that one. So condensation on the floor.
Yeah, I can understand it for a court in Quincy, Illinois. The United Center for an NBA game, I think I have some questions there. But that's too bad, man. I know you were very excited about the Bulls Heat annual play-in game. It's the pre-play-in game. Really, they should just call the play-in round just the Bulls Heat Hawks round of mediocrity.
Yeah, and the Hawks have pretty much given up their opportunity. Well, they'll still be in it because nobody else is worse, or because there's several teams worse.
I don't know if the Hawks have given up. I didn't expect to start NBA today, but I don't know if the Hawks have given up, because a lot of people are saying that after moving Trae Young, which by the way I have thoughts there, that they're going to pursue Anthony Davis.
Go for it.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Did you ever think so? By the way, my one Trey Young thought before we get to Fiesta Bowl and NFL and all those other good things is imagine 4 years ago. 4 years ago, okay? I think this is right around when the Atlanta Hawks were Eastern Conference finalists. Okay? Imagine if I was like, hey, so Trey Young is going to get traded to a team that's worse than the one he's currently on. He's going to get traded for no draft picks, and it basically will be a pure salary retention deal.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
I told you that. Like 4 years ago, I was like, hey, Trey Young, there won't be a single draft pick attached. He's not going to a contender. He's going to the second worst team in the Eastern Conference for salary retention.
Yeah. It went south quickly for Young and the Hawks. He didn't want to be there anymore, and they didn't really want him anymore. And from all indications, he's not the greatest of teammates, and he's not the greatest of workers. So we'll see. Maybe Washington will be a restart for him, a refresh. But I would have thought you were crazy had you said that 3 years ago.
And now the reports are saying that Trey Young might not play at all this year for Washington.
Yeah. Because he's to be banged up.
Well, he's been hurt, right? Has he even been playing?
He played for a while for him, but it's been interesting to see kind of the downfall of Trey Young.
Yeah, his last game was December 27th, so he's been out for a couple weeks now. But yeah, the reports were, I don't know the severity of the injury, but they were saying that he's not expected to play much, if at all, for Washington this season.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of reason for Washington to even try to win games, though. Why try to win games, right?
Right.
Might as well tank, and then you see if you can get AJ Disbanza or Cameron Boozer or Darren Peterson. This is going to be a really nice draft class. There's some really strong players coming into this NBA draft, and we'll get to that obviously much later. But so hey, let's move to football. Miami is 4-2. Miami is 4-2.
Carson Beck had a nice run here. So set the scene. There's 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Miami's up 17-13. They just converted their fourth down, so they're well within field goal range right now. Even if they get 3 points, it'll make it a 7-point game. But Miami is looking to tack on a touchdown here, make it an 11-point game, 2-possession game, and Miami had the one touchdown where they were able to drive down the field, but like Carson Beck had the big touchdown pass. Ole Miss's touchdown was a 73-yard run that was just like a very simple handoff up the middle that it just totally exploded and was completely untouched. So it's been one of those games where there's just been big plays. But yeah, like I think Miami's gonna end up holding on here, but it's I think Ole Miss is playing them closer than I think maybe you and I both expected when we talked about this a couple nights ago.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be a competitive game. I thought it might be a little bit higher scoring of a game than it is. 17-13, and we're looking at a grinded out third quarter here where Miami's kind of running the football a little bit. I thought we might see mid to upper 30s. I don't know if we're going to get there, but 4-point game. I think that's kind of not a surprise.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised that Ole Miss is letting Miami run the ball as much as they are right now. Like this drive that they're on, Miami's had 12 plays on this drive on midway through the third quarter here. 11 of them have been runs.
Yeah,
they've had one pass attempt here on this drive, and like that's I feel like that's sort of the strategy, right? Like you want to force Carson Beck to beat you, and that's not saying that Carson Beck's a bad quarterback by any means, but like that's sort of how you want to defend them, because if Miami just has those big blockers up front, like they could just run all over you. So you have to force them to get the ball in the air.
Yeah, so we'll let all the listeners that are not watching know how that game's going. But I wanted to get your thoughts on tomorrow's game. I know we've already made our picks, but seeing how this game's playing out, Peach Bowl tomorrow in Atlanta. It's Fernando Mendoza mania. against Oregon. It's a round 2. Any concerns about beating a team a second time within the same season? I mean, a pretty good Oregon team. Any concerns with your Indiana Hoosiers, who you've been on all year?
I mean, I just call it like I see it, man. I'm like, hey, that team's pretty good. Maybe we should give them some respect. I think they proved it with wins against Ohio State, with wins against Alabama. But yeah, I mean, you bring up a very fair point. There's definitely that narrative of like it's hard to beat a team twice in one season. That said, though, like it's hard to pick against Indiana at this point. Like it just feels very much like a team of destiny. And it looks like, and as you know, we were just talking about forcing Miami to pass the ball. Carson Beck throws an interception. So
yeah, it was tipped at the line. But still a nice interception, and they prevented them from getting any points. So we've got a complete flip in this.
You know what I'm excited about, and obviously like you're the college football guy. I'm the NFL draft guy between the two of us. So like you're looking at this game as you know how the teams look, but like I'm very fascinated to see because really like there's a chance that this is going to be number 1 versus number 2 in the draft
for tomorrow night.
With Mendoza and Dante Moore. Like this could be like the top 2 quarterbacks going head to head against each other in the semifinal of the college football playoffs. And like what happened? Like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, Mendoza, it's the number 1 team in the nation. He's the Heisman Trophy winner. He's the obvious number 1. But like, what happens if Moore goes in there and like F shit up and outplays Mendoza and beats him?
I think there's a very real possibility that Dante Moore could still be the number 1 pick. Obviously,
like the Raiders, obviously they're going to do their evaluations, but I mean, Tom Brady's right at the end. Like, you know, if Tom Brady is going to have a lean on one of those guys one way or the other, I'm sure that the rest of the org will be like, okay, yeah, you know, we're going to defer to you on all things quarterback here. So yeah, I'm fascinated to see if this game has any change to that mindset. And also like, let's say Mendoza goes number 1, but like if Dante Moore still has a really strong playoff, like that's going to be because who's picking second? It's the Jets, right? So like
Jets, yeah.
So it's like the Jets could go him, or a team offers an insane amount of picks and the Jets collect even more picks to try to move up to number 2 for him. So there's a lot of different options there. But yeah, I'm excited tomorrow. I think it should be a high scoring game. I was going to mention too that like, wouldn't it have made more sense? And I know that, you know, there's brackets and they didn't really know, but like, I feel like the Miami Ole Miss game should have been played in Georgia. And then the Oregon-Indiana game should have been played in Tempe.
Yeah,
probably. Why couldn't they have decided, like, hey, you know what? Like, we have these 2 bowls, but like, why don't we just make it easier for the fans? Like, right? Or is that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for those in Atlanta now, Indiana heading to Tempe is not an easy task. Neither is Oregon, really. But yes, because of this game going on now, Miami and Ole Miss to Atlanta certainly would have made a lot more sense.
Like Ole Miss Miami feels much more like a Peach Bowl than Oregon Indiana does. Like that's kind of what I'm saying, and just an easier commute for the fan bases and all that. And they could have just like agreed, like, hey, this is more convenient for us. That bowl is more convenient for you. Let's just do a gentleman's switch. I don't think people would have minded. Like, I don't think the networks would have minded. Like, both games are on ESPN. Like, doesn't really matter. But that's, I don't know. Maybe that's just simplifying things too much. Because it's not like they know the matchups. They found out the matchups just a few days ago. Like, it's not like, you know, you had a ton of fans months ago that were like, oh, I'm going to book my Peach Bowl tickets because I know that Indiana's going to be in it. Like, they didn't know.
Right.
So that's all. That's
no,
all
I'm with you. All right, let's move to the NFL. NFL playoffs start Saturday. And I'm going to have you do this little activity for me. I'm going to have you rank the 6 games via the entertainment value of the game. So maybe not the most competitive. You can take this however you want. Entertainment value, the best games to watch. We'll start with the worst. We'll start with 6 and move to 1. So on the 6 games we have this weekend, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 1 on Monday, ranking number 6 in the least entertaining game of the NFL playoffs is.
I think the least entertaining. You know what? I think I'm going to shock you here. Miami almost had a pick, dropped it, went right through his hands. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to shock you here, but as of now, the matchup that I think will be the least entertaining to watch will be Eagles 49ers.
Whoa.
Yeah. I say that
you think
because
it's going to be a grind it out?
I think that I don't have a lot of confidence in the 49ers right now based on what I saw against Seattle. So I don't think that we're going to see a super like high-powered San Francisco offense. And like obviously Philly's got a good defense too. And then like the Eagles are just an abomination to watch football because just the way that they score points and operate is just abysmal. So it's that combination. Like it's gonna be a game. Like I think the Eagles beat them. It won't be particularly like it'll be comfortable for the Eagles, but it won't be a blowout. But the 49ers never really have a chance to be in it. So it's gonna be kind of boring.
Okay. I will go Rams Panthers here. I will go Rams Panthers because I will remain in the camp that the Rams win by multiple touchdowns. Could be 3 scores. I don't think this is going to be a competitive game. So I will go Rams Panthers number 6 on this list.
I'll put Rams Panthers at 5 for me.
Okay.
So that's 2 NFC games. That's 2 NFC games that I have being slogged. So which is surprising because normally you'd go AFC, but yeah, I'm not feeling it.
I will go Chargers Patriots number 5 for me. I don't know, like something about the Patriots and their style of just like, here you go, Stevenson. Here you go, Henderson, May. I don't know. Like May's great. They're really good. But I got that number 5. I don't know what I'm going to expect out of this game. I feel like it could be a snoozer. I'll go Chargers Patriots number 5.
I'll go Steelers Texans 4. It's going to be a very defense-oriented game. Steelers are never fun to watch, but there is some entertainment value in it because I feel like it is going to be a close game and there's going to be some black magic involved. And it's Mike Tomlin, who's never lost Monday night at home. So.
Yeah, I will also go that one number 4 because I'm fascinated by the Monday Night Football stat. I'm fascinated by the Steelers continuing to dominate Monday night. I am not an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I mean, I am a fan of longevity and greatness, and I get the sense that this is Aaron Rodgers last year. I really do, and like so to see him either do go out or keep his career alive, I think is very interesting. So I will go Houston, Pittsburgh as my 4th most entertained, number 4 on this list.
Hypothetically, what happens? Let's say the Steelers lose and Aaron Rodgers is like, all right, I'm 41. I don't feel like it. And he retires. Do you think Mike Tomlin is like, you know what? I've been here a long time. I don't have a quarterback. It might be time to move on. And then what happens if Mike Tomlin does end up moving on and you have all these teams that have coaches openings and they might have already filled them up or they're about to. And suddenly Mike Tomlin enters the fold here. And that would be insane.
He made that field goal this time, 17-16. That one also hit the post, but went in. So 17-16 or just at the end of the third. But yeah, no. So you said so as the kids would say, Mike Tomlin enters the chat. But yes, Mike Tomlin jumping in the mix. Now, that would be interesting. But I think Tomlin isn't the rumor is that he's kind of interested in maybe joining TV.
Really? He doesn't strike me as someone who would be entertaining on TV.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably
Like
not.
he's too serious. He's too serious. Like he doesn't have the humor for it.
I didn't think Nick Saban would be very good on TV.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. Like they're going to him as sort of the expert, where it's like, hey, you don't need to be all Pat McAfee-esque. You just need to give analysis.
Yeah, I mean, Saban's an interesting to listen to. I mean, he's not funny, really. I mean, he has some funny sides to it.
I don't think he's funny.
Funny. It would be interesting. Number 3 on the list. I'll go ahead and do my number 3. I'm going to go 49ers Eagles as my third most entertaining. I mean, I'd love if it was a Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley show. You know, Saquon takes it on one side, McCaffrey takes it on the other. Continue going back and forth. Keep the quarterbacks pretty much out of the game, and you let the two of the better running backs in the league square off. But I think it'll be number 3 on my list. That's the 3:30 game on Sunday, so I'll put that third.
Did Saquon Barkley end up with 1,000 yards this year?
Probably.
Yeah,
not.
he did. Okay,
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. No, he did, just barely. All right, loser.
Yeah.
All right, I got 2 games left. I think my number 2 here is Patriots Chargers. Like I know that you're pretty down on it, but it's a Sunday night game. It's in New England. It's the potential MVP, cold weather game. You have Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert on the other side. Like I think that it could be a really high scoring game, like more so than you probably expect. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, my number 2 is going to be Bills Jags. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been fantastic. Been absolutely fantastic for Jacksonville, and I think everyone wants to watch Buffalo and see how this plays out. Like, are we going to get the Josh Allen Superman cape late in the game? Are we going to get the complete? We're playing a full game from Buffalo. Liam Cohen, that's been an interesting story in his first year. Is he going to be able to get his first playoff win? So I'm interested in that one. That's going to be my number 2, which means number 1.
So I realized I skipped one. So hold on. So I had 6. So 6 was Eagles Niners. 5 was the Panthers Rams. 4 was Steelers Texans. 3 then is Patriots Chargers. So that's my number 3. So my number 2 is Bears Packers. And that's just because rivalry game, generational quarterback, boy wonder, blah blah blah. And I would love to see the Bears lose. And then that means my number 1 is Bills Jaguars, the game that I'm officially saying right now. I'm going to declare it. Whoever wins that game wins the AFC.
So my number 1 is Bears Packers, probably mostly regional wise here, but I am cracking up at the fact that Chicago Bears fans think that because there's a chance of winter weather on Saturday, that is advantage Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know this, but the Green Bay Packers are famously averse to cold weather.
Yeah, that's that.
That dome in Green Bay, right? You know that Lambeau Field, that indoor stadium, Lambeau Field, it's famously temperature controlled, right?
Yeah, warm climate of Green Bay, but it just cracks me up. Apparently it's Bears weather. There's gonna be snow, wind, and cold. But number 1, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love matchup should be a good one. The Bears seem to be healthy. Odunze's coming back. Burden's still, he's healthy. They seem to be healthy. Green Bay obviously is healthy outside of the guys that are on the IR, which would be Micah Parsons. It would be the tight end.
That's good. That's good analysis of aside from the injured guys, they're healthy.
Well, okay. So they don't have anybody on. They're not listed anybody this week out. Those guys are just on the IR. I mean, shit. Those guys have been out for a while as well. So. Nobody is saying a lot of people are saying that. That's been said a lot. I don't know, man. I must be in a different market than you, but Bears fans are definitely gloating the fact that it's going to be Bears weather, whatever the hell that is.
I have not heard the Bears fans talking about the weather advantage. That's actually hilarious. That they think that gives them an edge over the Green Bay Packers, as if Green Bay plays in SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Like, what are we doing?
Our troll is coming on here tonight. He loves the hair. Thank you. And then number 4, Caleb is so much better than your quarterback in St. Louis. Yeah, good one. You got me there. You got me there. Anyways, let's move on to that.
Is it your hair? It's probably my hair, bro. You don't have hair.
It's me, because I know who this responder is, and he's got the same exact hair I do.
Why do you somehow have so many enemies online? Like, you have all these people that always come after you, whether it's on Twitter or on YouTube. Like, they just find you and troll you. Like, I don't know what you do to warrant all this. Like, you don't really go after anyone, but yet people are just spewing anger at you.
Coach is messing around with me. He might even be at the Bears game. He may be at the Bears game on Saturday night. It should be an interesting one. But Bears fans around here are definitely gloating about the weather. So they think that is advantage Chicago against the Green Bay Packers. All right, let's move on to our next topic here. Who's the top fantasy performer in the NFL playoffs this weekend? All right, so if you're putting together a 6-game slate for all weekend, Saturday through Monday, and you want the number 1 fantasy score, who you play? Like, who's number 1? Who has the best weekend of anybody this weekend? Who you got?
My first thought was Puka Nacua is going to have a good week.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. Pretty good receiver. Yeah.
But Devonta's back. That'll get rid of.
I don't know if you caught many LA Rams games this year, but Puka Nacua was still able to have some pretty good games even when Devontae Adams was playing. I'm not sure if you were aware.
Yeah, I will go Josh Allen. Because he knows that he is going to have to run the football a little bit. And maybe he scampers his way. And I think Trevor Lawrence could be right behind him. Both those guys are going to find ways to scamper into the end zone. But I will go Josh Allen 1, and I will go.
So here, let's break it down by this. So, like, highest scoring quarterback of the 6-game slate, Josh Allen. I feel pretty good about that.
Josh Allen 1. I could probably go Matt Stafford 2, and probably
I'm gonna put Drake May at 2 or 3 as well.
I'm putting Trevor Lawrence 3. So I'll go Allen, Stafford, and Lawrence in that order.
Yeah. All right. Best running back.
Running back. I mean, shit. I'm taking Saquon Barkley, buddy. I'm taking Saquon Barkley. Nick Sirianni's playing. Nick Sirianni's playing chess. He's been sandbagging with Saquon all year. I'm going to go to the same game. I'm going to go Saquon, CMC in that order, and then I will go. I will go number 3. I'll go Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, number 3.
Yeah. Well. I think you're forgetting, though, that it's that Bears weather that Josh Jacobs is going to have to overcome.
I forgot. Nobody can run the football from Green Bay when it snows outside. I forgot. You're right.
In Bears weather specifically, yeah. And like on the other side, DeAndre Swift, I think, is built for Bears weather. So.
Oh yeah, and Kyle Monungai. They may have 150 yards each.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm looking at this whole slate, and like the two sort of quote unquote standout running backs are going against each other.
Yep.
In McCaffrey and Saquon, but I don't know if I would take either of them. Like, maybe, yeah. I'm not sure if there's anyone that's really coming to mind for me right now.
All right. All right. No.
Is Travion Henderson an option? But then I feel like I'm just like stacking Patriots. I don't know if I want to totally stack Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, you got May. I mean, maybe May.
Well, I didn't say May would be my first. I would say May is in the 3. I think Josh Allen is going to be the top quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. No, you can see Travion, and it looks like Ole Miss defense is going to get off the field here, get the ball back. About 12 and a half minutes to go. Miami looks to be punting it. So we've got ourselves
for this game.
We've got ourselves a ball game.
What was the spread for Miami? They were favorites.
3.5, I think. 2.5, somewhere around there. Just a field goal or so. But Carson Beck took a sack just shy of midfield, and they're going to have to punt it. So Ole Miss, chance to take the lead here in the final 12 minutes of the game.
I want to see what the stats are right now. So time of possession. Do you want to hear what the time of possession difference is in this game?
Well, Miami was killing it at halftime. Has it changed much since then?
Miami has just under 36 minutes of possession. Ole Miss is at 11.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, with Lacey's quick touchdown, a long touchdown, and then they've sustained some drives, but mostly ended in field goals after that. So,
Ole Miss. I want to confirm this year. To be honest, I was looking at the stats that were in the YouTube TV box score, but I'm pulling up ESPN here, and I just want to verify. Yes, Ole Miss is 0 for 7 on third down. So they've had 11 minutes of possession compared to 36 and a half minutes on the Miami side. They're 0 for 7 on third down, whereas Miami's 8 for 16. Miami's got about 110 more yards. Twice as many rushing yards, but it is a 1-point game.
Yeah.
And probably the difference is Miami has 7 penalties, where Ole Miss has 2, and Ole Miss doesn't have any turnovers.
And I know Miami's dropped at least 3 interceptions that they've had in their hands, and they've dropped.
We've seen since we went on the air, we've seen a couple almost turnovers, but that's crazy. That's the difference right now. It could very easily be Miami running away with this game, but the fact that it's a 1-point game right now is crazy.
All right, let's spend a few minutes on the coaching circus. Since our show on Tuesday, we have recently found out there is another available candidate.
Who the hell is McDonald?
Oops. Should be McDaniel. Relax. Relax. R-E-L-A-X. McDaniel. Yeah, McDonald. From,
that Aaron Rodgers, he really struggled with that Bears weather.
Yeah, that McDonald from Seattle. No, he didn't get fired while we were on the last 2 days.
Yeah,
no. So since then, Josh. No, not Josh McDaniels. Now you got me.
Mike McDaniel. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sorry, I threw you off. That was unfair. I'm sorry.
All good. But he became available in Miami Dolphins. So now John Harbaugh has another option. He has the Miami Dolphins as an option. There are playoff teams getting ready to play. We mentioned it Tuesday. The Green Bay Packers could be a possibility. Maybe there's been talk about it. I'm not sure why you would eliminate Matt LaFleur, but there's been talk of it. So since 48 hours ago, what has your thoughts changed on this NFL coaching carousel, any at all?
A little bit on the Harbaugh side. So when we talked the other day, we were saying potential teams that hadn't made coaching decisions yet, and Miami was sort of just there. I guess I'm a little surprised that they did end up firing him, because I think the combination of them playing well the last few weeks of the season, and then apparently a lot of the GM candidates that they were looking into had some type of familiarity already with McDaniel. So it's all right, this is their game plan. Give him an opportunity to see what he could do with a quarterback that isn't Tua. But there might be also the idea that maybe they make this move because they do feel like they can land John Harbaugh. One of the GM finalists is Chad Alexander from the Chargers, who I think was previously with Baltimore, who has obviously a very close relationship with Harbaugh. And if that's the hire there, then surely the odds for John Harbaugh increase as well.
Yeah.
But I would say right now, Miami and the Giants seem like the two most logical landing spots. And then any other team, whether it's Cleveland or Vegas, is a pretty distant third.
Yeah, I mean, you gave some of the odds or some of the picks earlier this week on some of those others. Not much has really shifted on some of those other teams, really, though, right?
So like Raiders, Flores is still the pretty clear favorite. Titans is Matt Nagy, that hasn't changed. But I tell you this, they've taken several teams off the board. They've added the Dolphins, and John Harbaugh right now is plus 100 to be the Miami Dolphins head coach. Yesterday, John Harbaugh was minus 250 to be the Giants coach, and now the Giants don't have odds. So the odds have dramatically shifted, and maybe you could even say that the Dolphins have become the new slight favorite. Yeah, but I just want to say one point there. So I think something that isn't really getting talked about too much too is like the Dolphins went very hard after Jim Harbaugh. And Stephen Ross, being a Michigan guy, tried to do everything he could to land Harbaugh, and ultimately they couldn't get him. I'm sure that John probably knows the reasons why Jim decided not to coach in Miami, and he could probably even now be like, hey, Jim, Dolphins are really interested in me. Like, I know they were trying to go after you. Like, what was your reason for not wanting to go there? Like, is that that's probably not crazy to assume that John probably knows why Jim turned Miami down, and he would factor that in himself, no?
I would think that would be something you could ask your brother, yes. I would think you could ask your brother that, and your brother would probably give you a pretty honest answer. They seem to have a close enough relationship that, he will probably give him that information.
Yeah. So then let me ask you this. Besides the obvious, like weather, no state income tax, what is the advantages that being the Miami Dolphins head coach has over like, let's just say the Giants? So like if it's between Miami or the Giants, obviously Miami has the weather, they have the state income tax, but like what do the Dolphins provide for a guy who very much wants to win another Super Bowl in the very near future?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, I would guess, facilities are probably pretty similar, as far as like practice facilities and things like that. I don't know that about these NFL teams. I mean, I know that's more of a college sticking point than it is NFL. But I would assume at this point in the NFL, like everybody's got really nice facilities.
Quarterback situation right now. Would you take the Giants quarterback situation or Miami's quarterback situation?
Yeah, no, I'm taking Jackson Dart over Tua or Quinn Ewers.
Right. You have more cap space with the Giants. You have more draft capital with the Giants. Like you're going to have a top 5 pick again. Like Miami's another pick, sort of in the middle of the first round. So there's like the building blocks are already in place with the Giants, where I feel like Miami is there on the cusp of a rebuild. Like they're going to have to move on from Tua. They're probably going to cut Tyreek Hill. It's going to be Achane and like that's it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at like division opponents, and it changes so much in the NFL that this is hard to like. This probably isn't necessarily a sticking point for hiring either, but like Washington is pretty questionable, really, right? Like I think they're pretty questionable. I think Philadelphia, Philadelphia's at a breaking point, aren't they? Where like, I mean, obviously very good, but like, how long can you sustain that? Like, is there a sustaining point? And then Dallas, I think there's a big question mark there. Whereas you go over to the AFC North and it's, I don't know, like you got New England who's emerging. You got Buffalo who probably isn't going anywhere. So I don't know, like would you probably prefer to coach in New York and face those teams, right?
I would think so. And he has familiarity with the Maras and the NFC East, and all the indications say that he likes Jackson Dart. It feels like he can work with Jackson Dart. That's important. So that's that's where I'm at. So I'll be very curious to see. I did see, by the way, and I don't know if you caught this. So Jackson Dart's at the Ole Miss game tonight, and they showed him on camera. And of course, the internet was able to see, kind of read his lips a little bit. Someone on the sideline, one of the Ole Miss staff members, sort of asked him, presumably something about the Giants coach, and Dart said, "What it looked like, I don't know, Harbaugh or Stefanski. I don't know." That's what it looks like. Like, clearly asking who's going to be the coach, who are you thinking, and for what it's worth.
Yeah.
For what it's worth. So we'll see.
Do you think Jackson Dart cares who their head coach is?
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Between those two, do you think he cares?
Between those two, I'm not sure he has a very strong preference, but I'm sure that he would prefer to have one of those two guys over, some other dork. Like,
yeah, a new young upcoming guy or something, probably. Yeah,
or some hard ass like who's been an assistant somewhere for 20 years and then is finally getting his first chance at a head coaching job. Like, I feel like that never goes well.
Probably would rather those two guys than Matt Nagy.
Yeah. But so I know we're talking a lot about Harbaugh here, but you also mentioned Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, one of the team I've already seen him being linked to is the Detroit Lions to become their next offensive coordinator. And can I just say right now, if Mike McDaniel becomes the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, I'm going to have a hard time not taking them to go to the Super Bowl next year.
I mean, yeah.
Right? Like, think about what Mike McDaniel could do there on that offense. And I'm like, that team is still really good. They were third in the league in DVOA overall. Like, the three best teams were Seattle, the Rams, and Detroit by total DVOA. And, like, they're going to have a last place schedule despite being 9-8. They still almost went to the playoffs. Like, they were a half game behind Green Bay for a playoff spot.
Right.
So, like, if he goes there, it's an absolute freaking home run.
So real quick, Miami's unraveling a little bit here. Back-to-back 15-yard. We got a targeting, so we got an ejection, and then we got a late hit, which puts the Rebs, Ole Miss, first and goal at about the 8-yard line, down one here, 8 minutes to go. So we've got ourselves a game here. Still plenty of time if Ole Miss does get in. Looks like they're about 2nd and 5 here. So that's your quick update on that one. But this is going to be a good final 8 minutes of this game.
Yeah, I saw the targeting one. I didn't realize that there was another 15-yard penalty. That's insane.
Yep, late hit right after. All right. Shall we get to our best bets for betting? I think we probably should. And what we decided to do this week is just take all 6 of the games in the National Football League. We made these separate. So I made my picks. You made your picks. I don't know as if you had any indication on who my picks were before yours, but
I would have been able to guess all of your picks just because I know you. And you love the same teams every week.
So we'll just kind of go back and forth here.
Right.
And we kind of talked about some of these on Tuesday. Rams, my first pick. That's Saturday afternoon. Like 38-10.
I mean, the Panthers are going to keep this close, guys. I hate to break it to you, but and like it's so funny because, and I want someone to look this up. Every NFL team that makes the playoffs with a record under 500 always does better than we think in the playoffs. Like, you remember Seattle, the beast mode game? They were 7-9 team that upset New Orleans, who was a year or two removed from winning the Super Bowl. I'm not saying the Panthers are going to win, but like, it's going to be close. Like, Rams are going to have to go across the country, play in the rain. Like, it's going to get grimy, but I like Carolina to make things a little interesting. More interesting than a 38-10 game.
All right, we are opposite on the first game. Number 2, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to go in that absolute snowstorm in Chicago. Somehow find a way to warm up from Green Bay to Chicago. and Matt LaFleur and the Packers win the game 24-20. Green Bay over the Bears. I got the Packers -1.5.
There's no getting past boy wonder and generational quarterback Caleb Williams. Not to mention that the Packers will go into Soldier Field having never experienced cold weather football before their entire history, and they will have no idea what to do. They'll freeze on the field. The Bears will run all over them. But no, in all seriousness, the Bears have looked like a better football team the last month of the season than the Packers have. I feel like the arrows are it's kind of holding steady for the Bears, but I feel like it's going way down for Green Bay. And I'm not saying Chicago's a Super Bowl team. I'm not even sure that they're a great team, period. But I think they finally shake one of the Packers demons off their backs and they win this outright. But I'm going to take a +1.5 just in case.
All right. We are 0 for 2 picking together. We went opposite on both the first two. We move to Sunday noon. Duval. Liam Cohen and his Jacksonville Jaguars get a home game. They get Josh Allen to come to town. I cannot pick against my Buffalo Bills. I will not pick against my Buffalo Bills. I will take the Bills -1.5 in Jacksonville.
I am a coward and I cheated. And I went with the spread in every other game. But for this one, I genuinely don't know who's going to win. I genuinely don't know.
But they're going to score a lot of points.
They're going to score a lot of points. So I'm going to take over 51.5. This is a game that I'm easily looking forward to more than any other this week. As I've said a few times, whoever wins this game will go to the Super Bowl.
Okay. 3rd and goal for Ole Miss at about the 3 or 4 yard line. Would be a big choice here for the new coach. If they don't get in,
way ahead of you.
Do you kick an 18-yard field goal? So let me just kind of set the scene, even though you probably know what's happening. Yeah, your internet's just so much better than mine.
You gotta get better internet, dog. Like this is insane. This is like 40-second difference. Are you sure that you didn't pause at some point to take a dump and then like you didn't realize that you were live or that you weren't live?
Yeah, sometimes my internet buffers and it stops it. So I'll go fast forward here, see if I can. Okay, so they did hell. Okay, so they made a field goal. 7 minutes to go, 19-17, Ole Miss.
Eli's nervous. Eli's nervous. Oh, man.
He really actually is.
Yeah, of course he is, man. Are you kidding me? This is school.
When he's nervous, he kind of is awkward.
I think when he just exists on Earth, he's awkward. That's part of his charm, man.
All right, number 4, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's boring. Boring game. This is where you get your nap in. It's like Thanksgiving, that middle game where you're all tired, right? Just like take a snooze. Eagles. I also have the Eagles -5.5 here, so I am fully aligned with you on this one. If there's one game to just go spend some time with the family and turn the TV off, it's this one.
All right, Sunday Night Football is in Foxborough for the Chargers and the Patriots. It is the West Coast going east. But I am going to take the Los Angeles Chargers. I flip-flopped a little bit here. I went back and forth here. But I've got to hold strong with my I am not ready to buy into the New England Patriots. Why stop now after 18 weeks?
I love it. This is gonna end up with the Patriots losing in the AFC Championship game, and then you're gonna be like, "See, I told you they were frauds." Like that's what's gonna happen with this. Now I just because I think Jim is spending the whole week consoling his brother. He's trying to tell him everything's going to be okay. Baltimore is an overrated place to live anyway. He's going to be distracted, but no, I like New England. New England's been a better football team. Drake May's potentially the MVP of the season. Mike Vrabel can beat almost any coach in a fight, as we talked about at length earlier today. Yeah, I'm going to take the Pats here -3.5. But that said, there is a little bit of concern of like first-time playoff team facing a team with a little bit of playoff experience. But it's not like this is Mike Vrabel's first time in the playoffs, right? Like this isn't a first-time coach either. Like Mike Vrabel's been to an AFC championship. And the last time Jim Harbaugh was in a conference championship was over a decade ago. So
speaking of the Mike Vrabel comment, we spent a good amount of time this afternoon talking about what NFL coaches would win fights. Yeah. And it basically, what did it come down to? And we sent this off to Chat GPT. What'd they give us? Our winner, if we had a 32-player cage match, who would be our winner?
Well, I'm gonna rerun it once all of the vacancies are filled because we need to give some love to the current to all the coaches, right? So like it had some fired coaches in there, so take it with a grain of salt. But it was pretty much like Dan Campbell is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Mike Vrabel is right behind him. D'Amico Ryans, as you and I talked about too, like D'Amico Ryans looks like he could still throw the pads on and play. Like he's definitely going to be high up there as well. The other one that I think they were very high on was Aaron Glenn. I was surprised at Aaron Glenn, but like it makes sense, I guess, a little bit. Athletic.
So Ole Miss just got a 15-yard penalty for pass interference, and it just takes me back to how drastic the penalty of pass interference is from college NFL, because Carson Beck probably threw that 50 yards. I mean, I want to see the replay. He started at the roughly 25, and the penalty was at the 33. So, yeah. About 50 yards. And it's only a 15-yard penalty, but in the NFL, that's auto first down. That's field position or field goal range already. But that's a pretty easy pass interference call. I don't know if you saw it, but pretty easy.
No, all right. Yeah. So we got just under 7 minutes left in the game, and yeah, it's a close one. I think we're gonna probably sign off before the game is done, unless I don't know, unless you want to stay up late, call the thrilling conclusion. I personally do not.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next game. No, we'll just proceed with the show. Steelers. I'm gonna go Steelers +3. I just did the Monday night.
It's the Mike Tomlin devil magic. It scares the shit out of you, doesn't it? Because it scares the shit out of me.
Like Houston's been really good. Like Houston's been tremendously good, and you mentioned D'Amico Ryans is 3 for 3 now making the playoffs. Impressive. Mm-hmm. But it's Monday night in Pittsburgh, man. That's really all I got to say. +3, whether they win or not, whether Boswell makes a field goal late or they get beat by a field goal late, I think it's going to be a close game in Pittsburgh, and I'm taking +3. If I had a lean, I would lean Pittsburgh to win my money line.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Even though I think you and I both agree that Houston's a better football team.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like it's not particularly close either.
DK Metcalf back will help, but Aaron Rodgers is going to have to. He's going to have to be able to throw it to the outside a little bit and move the ball that way because Houston's really good defensively. They're really good defensively. So it should be a fun game, but I'll take Pittsburgh in that one. All right.
We'll ignore our records. I was going to say we'll ignore the records, but just know we're tied. So this is a big week because we will not tie this week. We will not.
No. You gave the record away on Tuesday. So, the Canes. Get going, big boy.
The Miami Hurricanes have taken the lead on
I don't believe that was Skeeter's guy. I don't believe.
No, it's Malachi Toney.
Yeah, no, that's not Fletcher. He needed Fletcher. All right, Pete Golding. He's got his.
Just a little screen pass to Toney, and then he just it goes right through the middle, and that's some pretty pissed tackling by the Ole Miss Rebels.
Yeah, it's not good.
Man.
Not good.
No.
We've got ourselves a good. Obviously taking.
you just text in your excitement over Toney. You're just such a troll. Now I understand what you're doing.
Obviously it's important to take the lead, but now you are forcing a team that scored one touchdown all game You are forcing a team that only scored on a huge run. That player really is not playing. He's got a hamstring injury. He's been in and out of the lineup since then. Like, you're really putting Ole Miss in a tough spot here. So we'll see. We'll see. 5 minutes to go. The Canes have a 5-point lead. Tony!
I heard so much this week about Trinidad Chambliss and how good he is. And like, I'm watching this game, and like, obviously Miami's got a really, really tough defense. But I'm watching this game, I'm like, eh.
Yeah. He's going to come back to college for a 6th year now, it sounds like, too. So
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, he's been in college for 5 years. I'm watching him, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. But
yeah, that's what, well, like, dude, you've been in college for half a decade.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our Mount Rushmores of 20. The best 20s in all of sports. We'll see what we can come up with tonight. Where do you when you think of 20? Where does it start for you?
Oh. It's kind of like 19, where it's like I don't really know if there is a particular like 20 that instantly comes to mind. It probably should, and like we're gonna look at some names, and I'm gonna get pissed off for not remembering them. I'll start baseball just to look there. Or unless you here, I'll let you lead off.
No, I'm starting in the National Basketball Association, and I think you're probably right on, and none of them really stand out because Manu Ginobili is probably many consider maybe the best number 20. And Manu, a 17-year career, was obviously very good. I probably would associate with Gary Payton. Wasn't he 20, the glove in Seattle? Now, that was
I don't even.
That was
remember.
a little before your prime NBA watching, probably. But I
remember GP like closer to the end and like his 1 year with the Lakers.
Yeah,
like
big play for Ole Miss already. But I can't get off the NBA without mentioning Illinois State University legend Doug Collins, an all-star guard in the 1970s. He wore 20 for the 76ers. So, I mean, I guess we go Manu Ginobili as the NBA representative for now, and we see what the other sports bring us.
I think so, yeah. Just doing like a quick look over. Allen Houston was number 20. Pretty good player with the Knicks. But yeah, I think Manu Ginobili is going to be your pick here. Yeah, Gary Payton was number 20 like his entire career. So
okay. So yeah, I mean Gary Payton's a good option if we needed to. You can go to Major League Baseball. I've got NFL ready, and we have a definite out of the NFL. So
all right, baseball. We definitely have a couple really good options here. I'll give you the top 3, and it's a pretty clear top 3. So number 3 is Don Sutton.
Yeah.
Longtime LA Dodger. Number 2 is Frank Robinson.
Okay.
And then I think number 1, and this is who I will recommend, is Michael Jack Schmidt.
Yeah. Yeah, good one there. Mike Schmidt, yeah. So I think he's our baseball representative.
I think Mike Schmidt is yeah, and like Frank Robinson is excellent. Don Sutton was excellent, but yeah, I'm gonna say Mike Schmidt is the pick.
I'll let you move to the National Hockey League because I can make this pretty simple in the National Football League.
Who is it? Is it Barry Sanders? Was he 20?
It's Barry Sanders. Yeah,
Barry Sanders freaking rules, man. I was looking at his stats a while ago, like. He's so clearly and obviously the best running back ever to play in the National Football League. It's not even close. Like literally, just look at his number. Like there's no argument for anyone being better than Barry Sanders.
Not only in the NFL, he's probably one of the best college running backs of all time, too. So,
like in terms of just playing the running back position, he did it better than anyone has ever done it, and I feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah, so Barry Sanders is on that. We can go Mike Schmidt. We can go Manu Ginobili for now. Brian Dawkins, Ed Reed, Rondé Barber were other.
Whoa! I mean, those are some huge names that you just glossed over. Jesus, man. Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins. Man, you just totally glossed over them like they were nobodies.
Yeah, because we got to get one for the National Hockey League.
Do we? I mean, I'll
I
look.
I think Gary Payton was really good too.
I think Ed Reed should be on there too. If we're gonna add it, if we can't find someone in hockey, I'd rather put Ed Reed on there than Gary Payton. The glove.
Oh, they're gonna call pass interference on the Canes. It was gonna be 4th and 8.
Oh,
Mario is
penalties have killed Miami today.
Oh, Mario is beside.
Yeah, I'm Luke Robitaille. I'm seeing. Yeah, man. I see. This is where I miss having Hockey Guy Dan's input.
Yeah. No, he held him.
Yeah, I don't see anyone that's like an obvious pick for the National Hockey League. So you know what? Damn it to hell. Ed Reed's on the Mount Rushmore.
So Mike Schmidt,
I'm
Manu Ginobili, Barry Sanders, and Ed Reed.
That's pretty freaking good, man.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. And meanwhile, the Rebs are at the 25-yard line. But the problem is they're scoring too quick. I mean, Miami is going to get an opportunity, but they still have to punch it in is the problem here. I've only got one touchdown all night, so we'll see. But Chambliss just ran it to 25.
I probably, I focused too much about Brian Dawkins and Ed Reed. I probably should have given Rondé Barber some love too. He is literally a Hall of Famer, and he is ahead of Brian Dawkins and Ed Reed by Pro Football Reference's value metric.
Yeah. Some guy by the name of Lem Barney, a cornerback from the Lions, is also number 20. So there it is. But I like our list. We put together a nice list here.
Yeah. Rondé. Also, I do have good feelings about Rondé. I spent many years rooting for Tiki Barber. Oh, Ole Miss. Sorry, you're a couple seconds behind me.
Oh, he's in. Ole Miss, 3:13 to go. They're gonna have to go. They're gonna go for 2 here.
I was like, you have to go for 2 here. Yeah, it's a 1-point game. You got to go for 2.
Yeah, but Miami's got 2 timeouts. 3:13 to go. If they don't get this 2, you just need to get to about the 30-yard line.
It's funny. We were just talking a couple minutes ago saying, Ole Miss has 1 touchdown scored all game, and in less than 2 minutes, they just breeze down the field and score. Penalty helped them. Penalty helped them quite a bit.
See, this is what I thought the game would turn out. A little bit quicker pace, scoring a little bit faster, mid to upper 30s, as opposed to, Miami scores, they could get to the 30s, but looks like they're going to, you're ahead of me, but I'll see what happens here.
No spoilers.
Oh, he's wide open. So now Miami needs the field goal to tie it. I would love to see an overtime. I would love to see an overtime.
Can we just I know that you're rooting for Miami, and I respect that. I got no issue with that. But how freaking cool is it that Ole Miss literally lost their coach and has lost their entire staff, and it's just going through this insanity, and they got a guy who's literally been a head coach for 3 games, and they are 3 minutes away from going to the national championship.
Yeah, no, it's a cool story. It just keeps Lane Kiffin in the news even more, though.
Is there any chance that Lane Kiffin? Okay, I'm going to ask a serious question here. Do you think Lane Kiffin is pissed off that Ole Miss is going to go to the national? If Ole Miss is in the national championship, do you think Lane's happy because it's his team, it's his boys, or do you think he's pissed off?
Well, he gets paid for every win they get still, because he was the head coach that got there, so he's getting a bonus each time they win, even though he's not.
So probably not. But do you think? Okay, so maybe not pissed off, but do you think he'll have any sort of regret? Because the whole reason he went to LSU is because LSU, besides money, is in theory it's a better opportunity for him to win a national championship.
Yeah. I'm sure. I would guess he did not think that they could win. This would be their 3rd college football playoff win already. I would guess that he probably thought they could get 1, but not 2. And here we are. They're 3:13 away from playing next Monday in the Natty.
And on that note, the show's pretty much done.
Yeah.
So you'll have to tune into ESPN and watch, or one of the other channels that I'm sure it's getting simulcasted on.
Yeah, you could watch Sky Cam, or probably Ground Cam, or Sideline Cam, or McAfee Cam.
I was McAfee's got to have a cam somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch, but
He's talking about how Trinidad Chambliss is a dog.
He's a dog. Yeah,
he's a dog. Yeah.
All right.
Real quick, you can follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter. This might be your first time, honestly, seeing the show. It's a new show time. It's Thursday night. We used to be Friday mornings, but now moving forward, we're going to be Thursday nights. So, it could have been a new audience that was introduced to us for the first time, including your YouTube troll that called out your hair. So, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you to Coach Jason there. That's what it'll be. But no, it was nice to see his 5 rapid comments and then a little hit and run. Thank you for joining in.
And in case this is your first time listening, or you just need another reminder, all 120 episodes of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth are available on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can like and subscribe, so you can go back and listen if you're like, hey, what was that thing that Rodney said? I want to hear that again. You can go back and listen. Or hear us react to a Ole Miss Miami game that will definitely be over by the time the podcast comes out. So that's what it's all about.
Substack, get me on Substack. Off to a little slow start to start 2026, but one like 70 units, and it's up there. But one like 70 units in 2025. Gonna get back to that. A lot of picks going on now with college basketball and all the professional leagues. Oh, he didn't catch that.
I know, man. I know. I thought he was going to pull it down. Yeah, we Miami's taking a lot of deep shots here, and I honestly, it hit the receiver's hands first before the defender started to get some hands. I mean, it's really good defense though. But yeah, it definitely got to the receiver before the defender was able to knock it away here. But yeah, it's 2nd and 10. Miami is on their own 37 right now. Yeah. 2.5 minutes left in the game. Beck took a deep shot, incomplete, short pass here. I honestly thought it gets stuck behind the line of scrimmage, but Miami able to get a couple yards out of it. But it's going to be 3rd and long. I think we're going to the 2-minute warning here. Big 3rd down for the Canes.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, stating the obvious, it's 4-down territory. You got to get to your 3rd and 8. You got to get 5 to 7 here and hope that,
There are certain football phrases that every fan says that just makes them sound smart, like big 3rd down, 4-down territory is a great one. Yeah, got to go for 2 here.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We just know we're all ball knowers.
That's just what coaching is. It's just guys on the sideline that get paid millions of dollars just to say it's 4-down territory. That's all it is. So.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be back Tuesday night, 9 p.m. So we'll have a national championship set. We'll have a final 8 in the NFL playoffs. No.
Yeah.
8? Yeah.
Wait, no. There's 6. Then 2. Yeah, 8. Yeah. The Elite 8, as they say.
Yeah. 6 teams will be eliminated by Tuesday. And we can break down the divisional round games Tuesday and Thursday next week.
And the Olympics. Maybe some head coach hires in the NFL, perhaps.
That's a good point. I wanted to mention real quick, shout out Mike Tirico. So I'm sure you knew this, or maybe you didn't, but so Super Bowl Sunday, Mike Tirico is calling the game. Have you heard this? Have you heard what I'm getting to here?
Is it him calling the Super Bowl and then immediately flying to Italy for the Winter Olympics?
Well, he will, but he is doing prime time from Italy in Santa Clara. So after the Super Bowl's over, he's going to present, because I'm sure he'll be up there and say, here's your Super Bowl champions. He's immediately going to be on the field at Levi's Stadium for the prime time at the Olympics for that day before he does fly to Italy for the next day.
We need to have a conversation about Mike Tirico being one of the all-timers.
Yeah.
As a play-by-play guy. Like he is exceptional.
Yeah.
And has been so consistent and solid for so long. And this is just another great example of it.
You also need to have the conversation about, hey, Mike, let somebody else have the glamour every once in a while too, bro. Like you couldn't take a day off from primetime in the Olympics?
I'm sure that NBC probably made that decision. I'm sure Mike would be okay with not having to work like that all the time. But, NBC's like, hey, why pay other people to do something that one person could do? It's why ESPN has Scott Van Pelt and Stephen A. and Mike Greenberg doing everything.
That's true. That is true. All right, one more play here, and then we're going to get off here. 3rd and 8, big play. We're going to leave the listeners after this one. And
they get the flag.
Oh.
Incomplete, but they get the flag on a 3rd and 8. So Ole Miss gets bailed out with the pass interference when they're on offense, and now it's coming back around for Miami.
No.
Oh, it was a face mask. So it wasn't PI, it was a face mask call.
15 yards. They're at midfield. They only need about 10 or Miami kicker missed it earlier. Probably need 15 to 20 to have themselves a good chance.
There should be no controversy there with that call. That is a clear and obvious face mask there.
Yeah.
We're not going to be debating that tomorrow.
I mean, Pete made no argument.
No.
And like you couldn't even see the ball because his face was turned this way and the ball was over here. All right, now we got one more play, and then we got to get out of here. This is our last play. I promise. At the 46-yard line.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. 2nd down. Probably 6 or 7 yards out of field goal range here. So tune into ESPN. Tune into all of the simulcasts except the McAfee cast because we're trying to take him down and plant him as the ultimate sports authority in the media. But all right, let's get out of here. He's Rodney Newpol. I'm Tim Meest Van Stratton, and this has been the 120th episode of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.